Surprising facts about Hilaria Baldwin.
Yoga teacher, book author, fake Spaniard, Hilaria Baldwin has had many identities throughout her life.
Her name isn't actually Hilaria. Before she took on her husband's famous last name, Hilaria Baldwin was known by a completely different name. She was actually born Hilary Lynn Hayward Thomas, which is quite a departure from the Spanish identity she's been publicly cultivating for years. She didn't just wake up one day and decide to start going by Hilaria either. She legally changed her name in 2010, 1 year before meeting Alec Baldwin, making the timing especially interesting. This juicy tidbit came to light after a Reddit user with a knack for online sleuthing uncovered the official name change document from the New York County Civil Court. It wasn't long before people began speculating about why she made the switch, and whether it was an early step in the elaborate Spanish persona she would later push. When confronted about it in a 2020 interview with the New York Times, she attempted to downplay the situation, claiming that she had been called Hilaria by family members long before making the legal change. She's not as Spanish as she'd like everyone to believe. For years, Hilaria Baldwin has spoken with a Spanish accent, woven Spanish words into interviews, and emphasized her connection to Spanish culture. In a 2018 interview with Hola, which mysteriously disappeared from the site, she even stated that she was born in Spain and had made sure to raise her children speaking her native language, Spanish. Her official talent agency bio echoed this, once stating, "Baldwin was born in Mallorca, Spain, and raised in Boston, Massachusetts."
There's been some questions about where I'm born. I'm born in Boston.
But her biography on her agency's website states Baldwin was born in Mallorca, Spain.
But when people started digging, they found that her parents didn't move to Spain until 2011, meaning Hilaria, or rather Hillary, spent her entire childhood in the US. Not exactly the life of a Spanish native. A genealogist even went as far as building out a quick family tree for her, revealing that her ancestry includes English, Irish, French-Canadian, German, and Slovak roots, but no Spanish heritage whatsoever. When confronted, she scrambled for an explanation, claiming she had never outright said she was Spanish, only that she spent time in Spain. But if that's true, why did she let multiple media outlets and official bios claim otherwise for years? Her Spanish accent comes and goes. The Spanish identity scandal reached another level when people started noticing that Hilaria Baldwin's accent mysteriously appears and disappears depending on the situation. Take, for example, her 2023 Instagram video with Alec Baldwin, where they announced their new reality show.
We have an announcement to make.
1, 2, 3, we are the Baldwins!
Viewers immediately noticed that she was speaking in completely accent-free English, which raised eyebrows because, in past interviews, she had used a thick Spanish accent. People dug up past clips, and what they found made the situation even more bizarre. In a 2012 appearance on Good Morning America, she spoke with a slight Spanish accent while demonstrating yoga poses. But then, in an interview with Extra that same year, her accent had completely vanished. The inconsistencies didn't stop there. Following Alec Baldwin's 2021 criminal charges for the incident on the Rust set, Hilaria was interviewed outside their home, and her Spanish accent was stronger than ever. Some speculated that she leans into the accent more when she wants to emphasize her Spanish persona. When asked about this strange inconsistency, she gave an explanation on the debut episode of The Baldwins. She claimed that she was raised bilingual and that mixing accents was completely normal. She pretended she couldn't remember the English word for cucumber.
We have, how do you say it in English? Cucumber? Cucumbers.
In 2020, Hilaria appeared on Today for a cooking segment where she suddenly forgot the English word for cucumber. While demonstrating how to make gazpacho, she dramatically paused and asked, "How do you say in English? Cucumber?" Yes, really. The internet immediately flooded with reactions, with people pointing out how suspiciously convenient it was that a native English speaker forgot the word for one of the most basic vegetables. But the cucumber debacle wasn't a one-time thing. In another resurfaced clip, she was cooking a Spanish dish, and suddenly couldn't remember the English word for onion, saying the Spanish word cebolla instead. The time she made Alec Baldwin beg for Instagram followers. In early 2023, Alec Baldwin posted one of the most awkward videos of his career, and that's saying something. He wasn't promoting a new film or discussing a serious topic. Instead, he was begging his followers to help Hilaria hit 1 million Instagram followers.
My wife is just centimeters shy 1 million followers on Instagram. Would you follow her on Instagram?
In the video, Alec looks completely serious as he asks, "Would you follow my wife on Instagram? As a birthday gift? Please." It was cringe at a level rarely seen before. Not only did he make multiple pleas for people to follow her, but he did it with the urgency of someone asking for charity donations, as if Hilaria reaching 1 million followers was some kind of noble cause. The most embarrassing part? It didn't even work. She posed in the fetal position for a social media pic. What Hilaria did after Alec Baldwin's charges were dropped in connection to the Rust case was so strange. You'd think a moment like that would call for a statement of relief, or maybe a simple family photo. But Hilaria? She went a completely different route. She shared an ultra-bizarre photo of herself curled up in the fetal position, on Alec Baldwin's lap. That's right. While her husband had just narrowly avoided serious legal trouble, she chose to depict herself as a literal baby, cradled in his arms like a child. Critics immediately pounced on the odd photo choice, with one writer from Jezebel summing up the collective confusion. The curled-up pose begs to suggest that she is baby, despite Alec being the one who was facing charges, and their babies being the actual babies. Her yoga classes can be dangerous. Believe it or not, Hilaria Baldwin's yoga classes once nearly ended in disaster. And not just for her reputation. Before becoming Mrs. Baldwin, she taught yoga at Yoga Vita in NYC, where her classes were known for being insanely crowded. And in 2013, that overcrowding led to a serious injury. A student, Spencer Wolf, was attempting a handstand when things went terribly wrong. He lost his balance, fell straight into a 6th-floor window, shattered the glass, and sliced open his leg in the process. He later sued the studio, arguing that the class was too packed, making dangerous situations inevitable. Now you'd think Hilaria would show some sympathy for a student who literally fell through a window. But nope, she apparently felt like she was the real victim. According to Wolf's friend, Zev Star-Tambor, Hilaria ran into Wolf sometime after the lawsuit and unleashed a rant about how he traumatized her. Star-Tambor recalled the absurd exchange. Hilaria recognized him and proceeded to rant about how he traumatized her. Spencer said, "But I was the one who was hurt. I'm the one with the leg that still hurts." And she went on, "But yes, you traumatized me. The experience was so terrible." She posted a photo of her and Alec Baldwin arguing. Most married couples try to keep their arguments private. Not Hilaria Baldwin. In 2020, she dug up an old photo of herself angrily confronting Alec Baldwin at a red carpet event and proudly posted it on Instagram for all the world to see. What was the purpose of this public airing of Baldwin marital drama? Well, according to Hilaria, the photo documented their very first argument, and apparently she thought that was worth celebrating. In the caption, she described the scene. "You got frustrated with someone on the red carpet and walked away. I had to waddle in this mermaid tail dress after you and didn't like being left behind. A Reddit group thinks she faked her pregnancies." A dedicated Reddit group with over 25,000 members has been obsessing over whether Hilaria actually carried all of her children herself. The theory gained traction after she and Alec welcomed 7 children in rapid succession, including a daughter via surrogacy. Some users on r/Hilaria Baldwin have even speculated that she wore a moon bump, a prosthetic belly used to fake a pregnancy. Others believe that she used surrogates more than once, but didn't admit it. She bought 4 cats despite Alec Baldwin's severe allergy. If there's one thing most people try to avoid in a relationship, it's actively endangering their spouse's health. But apparently that memo didn't reach Hilaria Baldwin. On an episode of The Baldwins, Alec Baldwin shared a bizarre revelation. He's super allergic to cats. How allergic? Well, when he was younger, just staying in a house with cats triggered a severe asthma attack that landed him in the hospital. He made it very clear to Hilaria that they could never have cats in their home. And what did she do? She went out and bought 4 of them. 4. What do you guys think of Hilaria Baldwin? Let me know in the comments, and I hope you have a great day.